Everybody, Michael here from Replica Airguns with another unboxing video. We'll call this the mid-August 2025 unboxing video. Have no idea what's in here at all. Just came to the door, showed up today. It's a long box, so I'm assuming because of its length, it's got a rifle in here, but oftentimes there'll be rifles, pistols. Maybe they're just trying to psych me out by putting a bunch of stuff in here, and it's maybe not even a rifle, but I would bet money that there's a rifle of some sort in here. So what we're going to do today is just, I've done no research on any of the products in here because I don't know what they are, and we're just going to check them out and give you a heads up as to kind of what reviews might be coming, because we're going to have some new stuff. I do see a bunch of different things. There's pistols. Well, we got some cool packaging here to keep everything safe, but again, this is a preview, not really going to give you a lot of details or specifications, simply because I don't really know too much other than what's written on the box, unless I've maybe seen this before at SHOT Show or something. But what we have, first of all, is some cardboard that's been, I guess, repurposed to keep everything safe and secure. And we'll just start with whatever I come across first. I'm not going to open up any of these plastic wrapping jobs or these plastic clamshell things, because they're really a nightmare to open, and if you do them too quickly you end up cutting yourself open and you could bleed to death. So what do we have here? We have the Marlin Revolver. It's a .177 caliber BB pistol, fairly basic one. It looks like it's not like a shell loading one. It's fairly straightforward. CO2 powered, 12 gram CO2s. It says here 400 feet per second, 18 shot capacity. So it's going to have like a magazine, a spring fed magazine for BBs, so sort of like a your typical spring-fed magazine, inline, I'd call it. And it says single shot. Okay, well, no, it's probably what they're trying to say is single action. So imagine this is a single action trigger. You're going to have to pull the hammer back. It is a working hammer, it says. Steel BBs. Anything on the back here? Not too much. So let's just take a quick look at it. Okay, you can see for yourself. We have reviewed other pistols like it. This one just happens to be Marlin. Now it's made by, who's it made by? It would be, Marlin is Umarex. So Umarex has the Marlin license, at least right now they do. Sometimes that can change. I can see here on the back that when you take the grip off, it's got the Allen key built into it. I'll show you that right there. You see that? That's kind of cool. I like that feature. You never lose it. It's going to be a fairly inexpensive revolver, and it's going to be a little more powerful. It's going to have more rounds per CO2 than a shell loading, or a little bit more probably, a little more efficient, I would imagine, since there's no shell barrel barrier to go through. You don't have any leakage or as much, but even the shell loading revolvers nowadays are pretty, they're pretty efficient. But this looks nice. It's got sort of faux wood grips. It looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll do, again, a tabletop and a field test video on this. Why not? You know, the more the merrier, right? There is a rifle in here, but we're going to leave it for a bit. It looks pretty cool. All I'll tell you right now is it's an Umarex. Looks like a BB rifle. But until we get there, we have another Umarex product. This is the DS11. It is a CO2, 122 meters per second, or 400 feet per second. So it's got some good oomph to it. It looks like it has a stick magazine. It looks kind of like it would be a blowback gun, but I think it's more or less, it's a 1911. I'll show it to you in a second, don't worry. It's basically a sort of combat 1911, modern style tactical 1911, but in a fairly basic, non-blowback design. But it looks like it would be blowback. If you see the picture, you'd think, hey, that's a blowback gun. It looks the part. But if you see on the back here, you can see that it's got the stick magazine. It's just going to be your typical non-blowback. Sort of two plastic sides put together, but it does feel pretty substantial. Let's just quickly go over the specs. So it's .177 caliber, 18 rounds, 12 gram CO2, 400 feet per second, fixed sights, front and rear, right? Obviously, trigger double action. Single, it's got a safety, it's got a manual safety, probably going to have like a little selector switch. We'll take a look in a second. I will take it out of the box. Smoothbore barrel, dangerous up to 325 yards, weighs about 1 pound. So it's not super heavy. It does feel heavier than that in the box, but it says it isn't. So let's just open this up. Okay. A little box opener there. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty light. It's not that heavy, but it, you know, it's your, let's get in here a little closer. You do have a manual, by the way, right? So it comes with a manual. I'll get into that when I do the field test and the shooting video, but cool. It looks like it would have an adjustable rear sight because, you know, it's a tactical 1911. So typically that style of rear sight would have windage and elevation adjustments. Nothing really, but that sight's just molded into the gun. It's part of the double half that's basically put together. You can see you have screw holes on this side to put the two halves together. No working hammer. It's just for show. It's about the profile of a 1911, so it's fairly thin. As you can see, 1911s are heavier because they're mostly always all metal, right? Unless it's a more modern 1911 with a polymer receiver or, you know, polymer lower. But basically this is going to be all plastic. That's why it's only a pound. Even the barrel, even though it looks like it's metal, is plastic, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks really cool. And then you do have, oh, okay, that's kind of a neat safety. I haven't seen a safety like that before. It's usually a switch, more like an on-off electrical switch. This one, you actually move it up and down. So you can see it's in the down position and then you move it up. So it almost looks like something you'd find, you know, on a real gun, like not just this weird sort of electrical type back and forth safety switch. So that looks more the part. You know, you're going to get the, you can't really see in here because it's recessed, but there's basically the barrel moves forward and back. So it comes forward, and then as you release it, it comes back and essentially fires the gun and puts a BB inside the breech area. So it's pretty cool. There's no white dot sights or anything, but that's okay, right? No white dot sights front or back, but it's a pretty cool looking gun. I mean, I like it. It's got a rail on the front there too. It feels pretty good. It's your typical double action trigger, long, not too heavy, but heavier than a single action trigger for sure. A lot different than what you'd find on a real steel 1911 for sure. All right, but that one, you know, for a non-blowback gun, it looks really cool. A lot cooler than most of the other ones. The other ones usually look kind of toyish, right? They just sort of have that kind of like, yeah, we're not really trying to prove anything. This one looks like it's pretty serious. Okay, so next up. Oh, sorry, there's one more thing in here. Okay, I got a little red dot. So this is called the Umarex RDS8 micro LED dot sight. So maybe I'll put it on this this rifle here when we get to it. But yeah, well, definitely it's nice to have these. I don't generally review these, but I do put them on some of the guns when I test them out. So it's nice to get them in the box because then I have some more, you know, red dots I can try out. But this one looks like it would fit on, you know, it's very compact. So if you don't want anything that jumps out too much, but this gets the job done, and that would work. Maybe put it on some of those Glocks or whatever that I've been reviewing or have reviewed. Okay, so let's throw this big box out of the way and let's take a look. So can I read upside down? I don't know. Let's try. What is this thing called? It is called, yeah, I'm not very good at reading upside down, but it's the full auto. It's called the AER16, AER16. How would you say that? It's not AER16. I'm not sure how it's said, but it's spelled AER16. And I have a feeling this is going to be, yeah, so it's like an AEG. It's a battery operated. And these are cool because you know what? They consistency is going to be like an AEG airsoft rifle. It's going to be super consistent. They put basically a heavier spring in it than an airsoft gun because they're pushing steel BBs. 450 rounds per minute. What is the velocity? 430 FPS. Magazine capacity, does it say here? 55 shots, so drop-free magazine. So that's kind of cool. So you get about 55 rounds. And it's going to be essentially like an airsoft in terms of, you know, using batteries and having to charge them up and put the batteries in the buttstock area there. And, you know, basically kind of like some of those other guns we've been reviewing that are similar. There's a few different products from different companies, you know, that are doing that. So maybe I'll put a couple of the names of them because I don't remember all the names offhand. Oh, what's this? Oh, cool. This is actually, you know what's nice is it looks to me like it has batteries. It comes with batteries, and it comes with the charger, like basically a USB charger, so you can charge it up with a USB. I'm going to get into it, but it does come with a magazine, with a speed loader. It comes with its magazine. It comes with, it looks like a little battery pack. It might be actually 2 of them. I'm not sure, but I can see that there's for sure at least 1 battery in it. And it even comes with this, basically this is a fire, like it stops if your batteries were to, while you're charging them, were to catch fire, or when they're in storage, this will stop your house from burning down. So that's really cool that they're doing that. A lot of times, you know, people just take it for granted that their charger's doing their thing and their batteries are fine. And then one day they come home and their house is burnt to the ground. So Umarex has included that. That's really responsible of them. I'll just quickly show you what's inside of here. So it's an AEG airsoft rifle, and it actually comes with batteries and a charger. So you can see it's in there. You can see you've got the speed loader, and underneath the speed loader is the batteries as well. You've got the magazine where you're going to be putting essentially just the ammo. It wouldn't be any, obviously no CO2 or batteries go in there. I think the batteries would go in the buttstock area as like a normal AEG. And it looks like it has this USB cable charger. So that's interesting. It looks like it might have information on it for the charge status, but it looks essentially kind of like a USB to whatever the battery terminal thing is. We'll figure that out when I do the full review. I don't want to jump ahead of myself. This is a preview unboxing. Okay, I will just open it up. I'm not going to get into a lot, but I'm very curious, and I'm sure you guys kind of want to see it. So I'll pull the gun out of the box and just quickly show you kind of what it, because it's hard to see. So essentially we have 1 battery. It's basically 3. So these are going to be like, it's going to be a 1200 milliamp, 11.1 volt battery. So that's what it is. And then this guy here plugs into USB and then plugs into the battery. So, okay, here. So here's your charger. So it plugs into here for charging, and then this plugs into the gun. So this goes into the battery management system, which is on here, charges up the battery, keeps everything properly charged, equally charged, and then when you're ready to go, you've got a Dean's connector that goes into the gun itself. This is just for charging. So this is just a really inexpensive DC 5 volt, 11.1 volt, 1.5 amp charger. So very, very simple. Again, we have a speed loader here, okay? Just a basic speed loader, make it easier to get things loaded up, because you are going to get 55 rounds, and they're going to be shooting out at, what does it say, 450 rounds per minute. So within about 5 to 10 seconds or so, you're probably going to do the magazine, empty it all out. And here we go. We got the gun. It feels nice. You do have some pop-up sights. Okay, you've got an adjustable stock, which I'm sure the battery is housed in. We'll look at that later, but the battery goes in there. Multi-position. You've got a nice rail, which looks like it has some M-lock options here for mounting different things. You've got a nice Picatinny rail on the top. You know, nice pistol grip. Typical AR with peep sight in the back. You know, a mock barrel or forward assist. But what's nice, because it's a BB, doesn't have any of those orange markings or orange tips. But anyways, let's take a quick look at it. You're not going to have, oh, looks like you might actually have, oh wow, okay, does it have hop up? I guess we'll find out. Probably not. Most BB rifles don't have hop up, but you can get into what would normally be the hop up area, and it does have a dust cover that pops open, so that's pretty nice. Take a look at this side. Okay, it's pretty nice. You know, it reminds me a lot of an AEG, because it essentially is. It just shoots BBs instead of airsoft rounds, right? So steel BBs, 4.5 millimeter. But you can see all the peep sights, rear stock looks nice, everything's good. You've got the nice Picatinny rail, M-lock, you know, you've got your flash hider that's not orange. So everything's good. It's got some decent weight. This is metal, by the way. Most of the rest of the gun is plastic, obviously on the outside, so the receiver portion is plastic. Buffer tube looks to be metal. Some inner parts are going to be metal. The charging handle's metal. It looks like some of the controls are metal as well. You even have a sling ring here that's metal as well. And the barrel looks, this outer barrel's plastic, by the way. Yeah. Anyways, pretty cool. We'll get into the full review. shortly. We're for sure going to be doing a tabletop. We're for sure going to be doing a field test video for this one. This one will be fun. And I will be putting links in the description to buy these products. Now, we for sure have them listed. They'll be listed in the Canadian store, stock dependent on when you watch the video. A lot of the Umarex products are going to be in the US store as well as the Canadian store. But I have mostly all the products here are going to be in the Canadian store for sure. Again, links in the description. If you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories, then check out replicaairguns.ca for Canada and replicaairguns.us for the US. And come on down to replicaairguns.com where I have articles, posts, reviews, additional photos, sometimes more information than what's in the video as well. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, this is tough. Take care.